Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. This is Jay, also known as Mr. Muslim. And I'm coming to you from a different perspective, different camera angle on the SpongeBob blanket here that my kitty cats like to enjoy up on this dresser. And I'm just up on this elevated platform with my little girl Pepper. I love you, little girl. So, I saw an interesting post on a social media platform today, and it was about a man who for 27 years was addicted to heroin and crack, and who knows what other types of substances, but I believe his main drug addiction was heroin and crack. And he said he had 3 overdoses, I believe 2 heart attacks, something like that, and then something else 2 or 3 times. His heart stopped or something along those lines, left for dead, so to speak, and had tons of positive praise and comments, right, on the comment section of this social media platform. And, you know, that was great. I mean, it's wonderful. The man's alive, right? You imagine almost 30 years of hard drug addiction. That's hard. That's not lightweight stuff. So I'm just wondering, pretty quickly after hearing that or reading about that, and seeing the comments, I quickly thought to myself, you know, I wonder, has anybody stopped to think about more of a different perspective, more of a big picture, so to speak, of his whole ordeal, that, you know, you could say, finally, after 27 years, you know, he finally quit. If you look at it this way, I wonder how many other people think like this, that I looked at it immediately as, you know, after 27 years, the reason he was a drug addict for 27 years, because it was the will of Allah. He didn't quit 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 7 years ago. After 27 years, it was pre-planned. The time was not right. He wasn't meant to quit. He wasn't meant to quit 10 years ago, 10 days ago, whatever. The time wasn't meant to be until the time was meant to be, if that makes any sense. I don't know, sometimes by the way Mr. Muslim's brain works, I just tend to look at sometimes things a little deeper meaning, maybe more of a different perspective, big picture. But that's the way I see it at this point in my life, that it was absolutely in the will of Allah for that man to be a 27-year-long drug addict. It was pre-planned, and no matter what the guy maybe wanted to do or thought he wanted to do as far as quitting or going to rehab, it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked. I feel it would have been a failure, because it wasn't meant to be until it was meant to be. So I just wondered if I'm the only one that thinks that way, and I don't know. I just thought it was interesting the way I kind of took my take on it, on this guy's recovery, which is awesome. But anyway, just wanted to share that with everybody. So, it's not meant to be until it is meant to be. And we know who makes those calls. It's the will of Allah. So, here I am dumbfounded again with the proper greeting to say to you when it's time for me to turn the camera off. Assalamu alaikum, right, is the beginning. Not walaikum salam. Salam alaikum. We'll get it. I promise. Anyway, have a good night.